Been getting a lot of comments about a short I did on pepper tips about 4 years ago, actually. And I get comments in there like, talk a little bit about fertilizing in that 15 seconds. And I get people to say, I've got comments like, give them, I'm talking about pepper plants, give them much nitrogen as they need, give them high nitrogen. People say I give high nitrogen all the way through. And I really don't know what that means, give them as much nitrogen as they need. Don't understand that. So I'm going to kind of go into detail on my philosophy of fertilizing my pepper plants. And I'm in here in the high tunnel, and this is our pepper high tunnel this year. And I've got about, I don't know, I think probably 150 pepper plants in here, mostly bell peppers. I've got a lot of jalapenos and one row of specialty peppers. Let's talk mainly about bell peppers, and I think it can kind of all go in. So when I started this, or when I got ready to plant, I laid down, I amended the soil, and I amended it with, I tilled my rows, and then I put down a fertilizer. I put down 10, 10, 10, which is balance. I think anytime you do peppers, for the most part, you need to stay balanced because they are heavy feeders, and you give them a big dose of nitrogen, and that plant will just blow up. You'll have a big, beautiful plant, but we want to produce some fruit. So that's why I say you need to do balanced. And like right now, these plants here have been in the ground. Maybe this plant right here, this bell pepper's been in the ground maybe 7 days. So they're ready to do a little application. And so that first application, I will use a 20-20-20. And then I'll back it back down to like a 6-12-12, something water soluble. I'm doing a little experiment in these pots. I fertilize them. When they got this size here, I've got 6-12-12 in that. Same for my jalapenos over here. I did them the same way. 6-12-12 once they got to that point. And I've already picked some of those jalapenos off. These have been in the pot for probably about a little over a month. Jalapenos have been in there for 6 weeks or so. And so my philosophy is, and I'm talking from experience, because when I first started, I would use the box store stuff that turns the water green. That's a high nitrogen product. And I'd get big plants, big, beautiful plants, very little production of peppers. And I was talking to after I did that, the next season, I was talking to an ag teacher, and she said, no, I wouldn't use that stuff for any of my vegetables. And she told me what happens, especially on peppers. They're heavy nitrogen feeders, and they'll get big plants and bloom up. She said, use a balanced fertilizer, and you'll be fine. So that's what I've done ever since then, and I've had some really good production. You can go back and look at the last 4 years of videos when I harvest peppers, and you can see how big they are, how beautiful they are. And ever since I've talked to her, she's kind of told me what to do. I've used that approach, and I've had some really good peppers. Now, if I was growing these in a raised bed, I would probably just use strictly organic. You can start out with like a 666 or whatever it is, or 65 or 566, and put the pellets down. And then you can switch over. What I would do is put the pellets down and then switch over to like the fish fertilizer, and I'd mix it with more bloom, and I'd get like a 5-13-13 and hit them with that in there. And I even did that in here, and it works really good in a high tunnel. I'm using basically all chemical this year because I think I want to go to all pots next year. So this is what I do. When they first come up, like I put some down, and it's the first time I've done that, amend the rows with the fertilizer, and then hopefully that'll encourage some roots. And I can see this got some good roots here. So I'll hit this with a 20-20-20. It's water soluble. I'll hit all these plants, and then once they get up to this stage here, I'll back that off, and I'll go to a low nitrogen, high phosphorus, high potash as I can get, like a 6-12-12. I think I've seen some 6-18-18. And then I got another, once it starts setting a lot of flowers and fruit, I go to a 4-28-18. and I'll use that the rest of the year. So it's a water soluble. It's got micronutrients in it, and I've used that to great success. So I think it's a 4-28-18, and it's really good stuff. I think it's a master blend product, and that'll be my final fertilizer. I won't hit them with any more than that for the rest of their, till frost comes. So that's my philosophy on fertilizing peppers. You can see we got quite a few here. I've had a couple die, and we're going to replant those, and trying some experiments with some jalapenos in pots and some California Wonders. These are California Wonder bell peppers. Matter of fact, all these peppers in here are OP. They're all, I've got like 2 rows of California Wonders, and I got a row of yellow, California Wonder yellow. Then I got a row of specialty peppers like Gypsy, Cayenne, Sport. What's that other one I like to grow? Shishano or Shishito. And then I got 2 rows of jalapenos. And so that's what the makeup is. And I fertilize them all the same. I don't care if it's a bell or a hot pepper or whatever. So I use it all the same. It seems to work out really well. Go back to last year's when we was in the other height. I swap heights on those every year, and you can see the production we get out of them. So hope this helps. I think this is a little short video about my philosophy on fertilizing peppers. I really like bell peppers. I like to grow them, and I feel like I've got some of the best at the farmer's market when they go, and it's all due to the fertilizing. You can hit them. You can even hit them with that green stuff for the first application. It's not going to really hurt it. It'll get it going, but just don't keep feeding them that. I think been my experience, and I've been doing this for a long time, that you'll get a nice big plant, but you won't get very many fruit. And we're in the pepper business, not the plant business. Hope this was a help. You can leave your comments down below. And I wouldn't consider a 15-15-15 a high nitrogen. What I'm talking about is the high nitrogen part, and the other 2 numbers, the phosphorus and the potash, are low, like a 24-8-8, 24-5-5, something like that. That's a high nitrogen. As long as you keep it balanced, you're going to be fine. So I hope this was a help. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below. Appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you down here at the farm in the next video.